There you go. Welcome on into the Auburn Sports Forum, your Auburn channel from a fan's perspective. I'm your host, Jeremiah Schumann. Hope everybody's doing good there. Let's see who's here. Last week, we got my buddy in here for some reason. He's got the first comment. Look at him go. He says War Damn Eagle, and he's not even an Auburn fan. That's fantastic. And then he says woohoo Auburn. So you can definitely tell he's not an Auburn fan because he said woohoo Auburn. Like, who says that? Just kidding, Gary. I really appreciate you being here. Professor's in here again. Thank you, Professor, for showing up. What is up, my guy? Janet McCarley. I have not seen you before, but I'm glad you're in here. We're glad to get to know you because that's what we're doing here. We get to know each other. We're Auburn fans. So, yeah, just put in the comments where you're from. I always ask you to do that. That way, since I'm a truck driver and I go all over, I might have been where you're from. So, just was I like to know. So anyway, I'm gonna show this right here. This is funny. It says, "How mad do you think Deuce is now?" Hang on. Hey, are you ready for a second? Craig, you ready for a second?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm bringing him up here. Let's see here. I'm gonna go side by side here. Whoops, that's not it. Oop, make that go away. Oh, you know what happened? It's funny. Remove. Y'all have to excuse me. I got a new computer and I had not set it up to the way I wanted it. But anyway, so I brought man behind the mic up here because he likes to talk about Auburn as well. And since this comment right here, someone started it off, we're going to start off with that. So what do you think there, man behind the mic? What do you think about the old Deuce Knight story?
Well, I mean, like I said, Trinidad Chambliss was going to fight it till the end, and got his 6 years, so he's now going to be going back in his last year of eligibility to start and be the QB at Ole Miss, and which backfired on Deuce Knight, where he should have stayed at Auburn.
I mean, how many times did we talk about this? I mean, we talked about this. I know we talked about this a bunch. There was even an episode somewhere. I was going to find it, but I didn't have time today. But me and man behind the mic were sitting here talking about this exact thing, and we were begging Deuce to stay. Like we were trying to think, and we analyzed everything, trying to think about where he could go. Like, because he is talented. Because I don't want anybody to get that twisted. He's one of the most talented QBs in the country, up and coming. I'm going to say that again, up and coming QBs in the country. All he's got to do is take that raw talent, be developed into an elite quarterback, and boom, you're in a good situation. But everybody made fun of me, and they made fun of man behind the mic when we said, stay at one school, find someone that you like, which he did like it here, and get behind somebody that you can learn from, find a coaching staff that you can learn from, which I don't think you could find any better than what we have now. What did you say? 52 years of coaching experience there.
Yep.
So I mean, like, what better place would you rather be than here? And us, I guess you would just say normal, average, from his perspective, dumb Auburn fans didn't know what we were talking about. He saw an opportunity, which I told y'all, I'm from Mississippi, he's from Mississippi, and he's very opportunistic, and he thinks he should play right now. That's what he thinks. He in his head he should play right now. Well, he should play in the G5. He should play in any other conference. He should play in any G5 program or anything lower. He could get in there right now and play and no problem. But he is too good for that, and I've said that on my post. He is too good for that. He needs to just develop a couple years, and then you take 2 years and just show out, But he decided to do exactly what I knew he was going to do. He saw an opportunity in the SEC, and he took it. And guess what? Just like all offseason, Pete Golding screwed him like he is screwing everybody. Pete Golding is lying to people. He is doing everything he can to make sure his coaching tenure is not a failure. You can jumble that up and spit it out however you want to, but it's going to come out in the same shit pie. Pardon my language. And that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be Pete Golding lying in order to get his squad where he wants it to be, because he has a huge name and a huge thing to go behind. And I mean, hell, what'd they do? Almost make it to the national championship game. He's got to come behind that. So, I mean, there's even an article. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Let's see if I can pull this off without completely screwing up my There we go. Bring up my that should be the same. But here is a Deuce Knight it says Deuce Knight overplaying his hand and leaving Auburn. It said that, basically what I just said there. But if you look down here, it says, he obviously, uh, it says still it's not looking good for Knight to have essentially been being played by Pete Golding, who promised him the world and only offered him what he already had, just in a way less desirable location. I mean, I couldn't say it any better myself. I mean, that is exactly what I was. Why would you go to Ole Miss when there's a damn good chance that Trinidad Tampa was going to come back, and you're in the exact same position as you were in here? But I mean, now you're at Ole Miss, and so I mean, I think it'll all work out for him. But what I was trying to get at was, I'm old
Oh
school.
no.
Stay somewhere and develop, and you're good. What's up?
So he removed all of Ole Miss's stuff from his social.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. That was the number one thing. I'm glad that's why I pulled that up there, because that was the number one thing that I saw that I hated, because I can't stand playing games. To me, Hugh Freeze allowed that too much. If I was the head coach and you're playing games, like if I'm making you happy, you got my stuff all up on your socials. If I'm making you mad, you take it all down. That's like a spoiled ass kid. That's what that is. You have a man. You have a man that is one of the most talented up and coming quarterbacks, acting like a spoiled brat. I don't understand what that all is. I don't get it, and I don't want him on my team. If he could have changed that, and I'll tell you one thing: if he that might be half the reason he went to Ole Miss, because Golish isn't going to put up with that. You tell Golish, you act like it, because I know some stories that I can't really say that he did at USF. I have been told a few things, and like he's sitting amazing players for conduct like that. Not exactly taken up and down social medias, but just conduct that he just doesn't think is good for the football team, and he'll sit you. And I love it, because that's the way it should be. Um,
Would not be surprised if he came back next year.
to hear, I doubt it. I mean, he would have to, if he's still playing game with his socials. I seriously doubt it. Let's see here. And it says right here, the funny thing is, Pete reminds me a lot of Lane. Yeah, I mean, I heard that they got into it pretty good whenever Lane had accepted the LSU job, and he was sitting in the office, and Pete told him to get the hell out of the office. It wasn't his no more. Something along those lines. I don't know how true that is, but that was on national media out there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like Pete Golding. He's, that whole situation with that linebacker from out east, where Clemson, where he basically told the kid a certain dollar amount, and the kid was like, "No, I have morals. I'm not gonna, can't talk to you. I've already committed to Clemson." And then Pete was like, "What about 2 million?" And he's like, "Well, I guess we could talk. I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything." And so he goes and talks to Pete, and all of it was just under the table BS. We all know it goes on, but Pete's being so wild out here, he's getting caught doing everything. So I think that's kind of funny. Aaron Finney says, apparently the coach said Deuce would be the starter no matter what. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, there was no way that you're going to get Deuce away from a program where he's already a backup and people already understand who he is and stuff like that, to go to a new program just to sit on the bench. That's what we were screaming on this show, is that why would you go somewhere else to just do the same damn thing under a coach that's not even proven? I mean, I don't understand that. Plus, I mean, I'm a little picky. Back then, we still didn't have Byron Brown, and we were pretty much banking that we were getting Byron Brown. And I mean, hell, he's top 10, top 5, depending on where you think he goes, quarterback in the country. And the crazy thing is, Byron Brown is a bigger Deuce Knight. They both do the same things. They both throw the ball. They both amazing at running the ball. I don't understand how it doesn't translate. I mean, plus, I mean, I've heard through and through that Byron Brown is the real deal. He does not do anything but football. He does it all the right way: weight room, food, the way he does his daily activities, everything. He does not go play. I've heard that now. hope that stays true. We'll see. But yes, I agree that he was promised that he was going to be the starter, and I mean that's what he wanted to hear, and that's why he went, and now he's sitting behind Trinidad. So anyway, Joseph Hammond says, "I mean the way they operate behind the scenes." Yes, absolutely. So let's see here. So I just think it's crazy. I think that whole story is crazy. We begged him not to go. He went. I knew that his ego was going to get the best of him. As soon as someone like that, like what's his name up there, Aaron Finney said, I mean, they're just going to lie to him. So I don't know. Um, he's getting that. The bad part is I'll finish it off with this. He's being tabbed as a school jumper. I mean, he is acting like a child on social media, and then he's jumping to different schools, and he's done it 2 years in a row. And then the other thing is, if y'all can remember, let's go back for a second. I brought this up to someone the other day, and like I said, all I do is pay attention to Auburn media, and I remember this through and through. He came to his official meeting, he had his official visits, and then what happened after that? He came to 3 more games on Hugh Freeze's dime. Okay. 3 huge games to try to enjoy the environment. They were having to absolutely kiss this kid's ass to get him to come here. Because that's what he thinks he deserves. He wants someone to kiss his ass and tell him he's the best, and then, let him play. And that's what he did. There was no other quarterback that I know of that came to all of their visits and then said, "You know what? I'm gonna come back for another ball game." And and it was just for a ball game. He stood on the sidelines because that's cool. We have an amazing environment. Who doesn't want to be there? So he took advantage of all of that. Took advantage of Hugh Freeze. Took advantage of our school. And I mean, imagine. I mean, I would love to go to a game for free. Can I go to a game for free? I want to go stand on the sidelines with everybody. I mean, that's no different than you and me doing that. There's no difference. He's already used up all of his meetings and all of his scheduled visits. Those were just for free. I don't have Auburn calling me trying to give me tickets, and if they do, I'm freaking going every single time they give me one. But anyway, I'm just kind of throwing that out there. That's who Deuce Knight is. And until he changes that, I don't want him here. If he would change that and just kind of do like Cam Newton did, I don't know if y'all have watched. We'll get into it when we look at the War Eagle Plus stuff. But I mean, in there, I was amazed because we all know how cocky Cam Newton is. And we know how arrogant he can be at times. But at the same time, watch that video. When he comes in to Auburn from Blinn, he literally walks up to Gus Malzahn and says, "I am clay, mold me." Because he said after just a couple practices, he realized how good Gus Malzahn was, and he had no input other than whatever you want to do with me, however you want to use me, do that. And no wonder 2010 turned out the way it did. When you have a person with that much talent, Deuce wishes he had that much talent, and that much talent walked up to the coach and said, "Mold me." That's the kind of quarterback I'm looking for. And I'm going to tell you right now, Byron Brown might not be Cam Newton, but he has the same mental attributes as what I just said. He's a goalish guy. He wants to be taught things, and he wants to make it to the NFL, and he trusts his coaches, and he eats right, and he lives his daily life right. So that's what you look for. Let me see if I missed anything while I'm up here preaching. It says... Aaron Finney says, "Whoever was counseling him screwed him, and I hate that for him." And I do too. And as much bad stuff as I'm saying, I totally 1000% agree that I feel so bad for that kid because he's uber talented. He's just got to get out of his own damn head. If he gets out of his own damn head and gets on the field and stops worrying about what people think of him and what he wants everybody to know about him, which he's the best quarterback to ever play the game, well, get out there and practice it and become that. Don't just talk about it and tell everybody you deserve to be in a spot. Go out there and prove it. Stop talking. And stop playing with your socials and stop getting on lives and stuff like that. Go out there. I've seen Deuce Knight on 5 lives since the offseason. I have yet to see Byron Brown on one other than on a national channel like Auburn or, Fox or whatever it is. I only saw an interview with him once, and they got an interview on War Eagle Plus. And he was on an interview about the meeting they're having down in Mobile. But I'm saying, I haven't gone on TikTok and seen Byron Brown everywhere. Seen Deuce everywhere. Deuce gets on Fagan's live from time to time. So anyway, that's just all I have to say about that. Let's see. And then it said, didn't he also go to a game elsewhere? Yes, he did. Yes. I don't know if he rushed the field or not. He could have. You could be correct about that. I only kind of do all things Auburn, but I do know he, did go other places and enjoyed their games and, all that kind of stuff, which is what they're supposed to do. But then they don't come back for 3 more after they're officials, and that's what I'm saying. And if anybody from Auburn's watching, hey, my name's Jeremiah Schumann, and I love free tickets. I will love the college, and I have loved y'all for 35 years, and I want free tickets. It'll be well worth your money. So you can just send them to my email address right down there. Anyway, I had to put that out there. So, oh yeah, man behind the mic wants free tickets too. I just thought I'd put that out. He does a great job with this kind of stuff. So, do you have any input on this, sir? While I'm over here preaching like I am.
No, he should have just stayed where he was. That's all I gotta say.
It's sad, isn't it? That much talent and just screwing it all up. All right. So, unless y'all want to keep going with that, I'm done with my rant on Deuce Knight. I feel bad for the kid, but I'm moving on. Ole Miss can deal with him at this point. All right, let's talk about this real quick. Let me pull it up. Nope, that's not going to be it. I'm telling y'all, this new computer's messing me up. It is a lot faster, but it is messing me up. Well, if I can get there we go. There is the preview for Auburn preparing on the road. It's coming up at 7:30, right after this live we got going on. It's going to be us against number 121 Arkansas. And I was reading on it, and the only thing I really want to talk about is Keyshawn Hall being benched. I mean, we all know is most likely for that technical against Vanderbilt, but if you come down here, let me see here. See if it says it right here. It says there's just something we're trying to visit. There's something we're trying to visit in on those team meetings and trying to build off of that. Pearl said, just trying to understand what they do when they try to do everything we can take it away. You have that. That wasn't exactly what I was looking for. It's somewhere in here. Maybe it's not. Maybe this isn't the one. But basically, what he said is he was asked about Keyshawn Hall and he wouldn't answer the question. Like he basically just said, we keep some stuff in house. We all kind of know it was the we think it was the technical. Does anybody have any insight on that in the chat? Anybody have you heard anything other than whatever? Because I mean, the last time we played Arkansas, he scored 32 points. So
blew them out pretty much.
Oh, hang on, there it is, right there. I just found something. Hang on, I just found it. There it is. Yep, Keyshawn Hall out. It says those conversations we keep private and closed doors, Pearl said. The Tigers come into Saturday's contest losers of 3 straight games, including 2 in the friendly confines of Neville Arena. Without their leading scorer, beating hot Arkansas team in its home arena is almost too much to ask. That's why I think Auburn is an underdog, pretty severe one, I believe. And I don't know. Anyway, if Auburn comes out with an upset win, Hall will see that the team is bigger than him. If Auburn gets drubbed, and many expected, the mood around the team could sink even lower. It's a risky move by the coach to try to earn when some think he was handed the job undeservedly. So, I mean, he's basically taking a chance. He benched him in the second part of the Vanderbilt game, which we lost, and now he's benching him for the entire game now. So that is, yep. Oh, there it is. That's the other thing that was in the article. Good job there. Oops, Aaron. Let me put your comment up there. That is correct. That was in one of the articles I read, and I couldn't find it, but it said his lack of defensive commitment was part of the problem as well. So his getting a technical and his lack of defensive commitment really I guess is what's doing this. But I mean, it's like your top player, and I mean, we're struggling for those at this point. And I understand you have to, get on to people and you have to discipline them and all that kind of stuff. But man, I mean, that hurts. I mean, we're on a thread right now for the tournament, so we can't be just sitting out here losing games, Um, then Joseph Hammond says, I have not heard anything, but it's going to be tough to get a W without him. And that's kind of where I'm at. You're sitting on I mean, if you're way ahead and a loss really wouldn't hurt you that much for the tournament, I mean, go ahead. Sure. But I mean, we're not there. We're not that team this year. We need all the help we can get for sure. So I just thought that was, kind of crazy that they would bench him. But as far as the game is concerned, I mean, we blew them out last time. They're on a streak. We're not. I mean, what do you do? I mean, you're just going to sit here and hope and pray. So, game comes on at 7:30. If y'all want to watch that, what's going on in the baseball game?
Auburn is up 2-0. Top of the second, had a homer in the bottom of the first.
Oh wow, nice.
They're at home, so
All right, just to finish off the Keyshawn Hall conversation, he's not a great on the defensive end, but when he's scoring 32, it's hard to complain about his defensive effort. Yep, absolutely, 100%. So Auburn's winning the baseball game. They're trying to go for the sweep, up 2-0. What was it? Who are they playing again?
Youngstown State.
Youngstown State going for the sweep, and that is on the SEC network, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, that's cool. So, all right, well, while we're sitting here doing this, I want to show y'all. I got some new stickers. I don't know if y'all care about stickers, but I got a whole stack of them. I think I got it's got to be 100, 150 of them. But I don't know if y'all want these things, but what I'm going to do is this is my new sticker right here. That's my new version of my sticker. I think it looks pretty cool. In the chat, if anybody in the chat wants a sticker, what I'm going to do, if I can learn how to play with my computer, you see my email address right down here? Okay, if you see my email address, just make a quick email and email me, put your name in the title and say, I want sticker in the right next to your name. And next weekend, I'm going to do more than a sticker, but this is how I'm going to do my drawings. For anybody that shows up to this live, you're going to email me. And then the next week, the people that emailed me, I will have in a drawing live on the next show. So if y'all email me this upcoming week, next weekend we'll draw, and I'll probably do like the top 5 people will get like a little package from me, because not only do I have that, but I have I don't know if I can show y'all because I don't have it pulled up on my computer. I'm gonna try to do it with my background. We'll see. I got these little, you can't, there you go, little, yep, there you go. They're little poker chips is what they are. It's hard for me to, there they go, poker chip with my logo on it, and it's also got my it's got my QR code on the back that takes you straight to there. I've also got thousands and thousands and thousands of Auburn football, baseball, and every kind of card that you can think of, and I'm going to be giving those away as well. So those come in packages, so it'll be well worth your time. It's a nice little package from us. So if you want that, send us an email, and you'll be in the drawing next week. I mean, I was trying to do the trivia and it was not really working out. Same couple people were entering and winning, and so I don't want that to be the case. I want everybody to get to earn their spot, and this live is important. So we'll just go with that. So I guess without further ado, I told everybody on my TikTok and stuff like that we were gonna go behind the paywall for the War Eagle Plus. I have been a member for quite a while. It has got more info and more really cool videos behind this paywall than you would imagine. And it's not only that, but the other thing is, it's kind of how I told y'all also that when my daughter was a little smaller, she attached to Auburn as well, but she liked to watch soccer. And so I would watch female soccer with her on TV, and I still watch it from time to time when I see it. And this War Eagle Plus, they don't just cover the big three; they cover everything. I mean, it covers all of it. So, I guess we'll just go ahead and get into it. Hopefully, they don't get mad at me. I am a paying customer, so they can, get over it. We're going to go behind the paywall. And here it is. This is the main page. You got War Eagle Plus Network, Content Network. This is of course, there's my logo right up there. Actually, that's my old logo. Wow, I need to change that. That's crazy. And all y'all also look. If you look at my email, it says AU Fanatics Podcast. I used to have a podcast. It was called AU Fanatics, and it just became a little much to do on the road. But I still have the emails, I still have the graphics, I still have all that stuff. So if you ever listen to that podcast about 2, maybe 3 years ago, that was me. That was me. So anyway, you got the home here. You got right now they have opening weekends on the Plains, talking about some baseball, opening day. You got all kinds of post game stuff here. I'm trying to get this one thing out of the way so I can. Then you got your
All playing this weekend.
Yep, you got the player highlights. You've got, more highlights. This is one of the things I love is just to watch. I mean, just to come in here and watch these videos. It's of everybody. This is against Youngstown. This is against Campbell, so on and so forth. They have different episodes. They have different shows, TV shows. This one's called The Grit Factor. This is season 2, episode 3. They talk about different things. So those are actually really fun to watch because they kind of follow the whole season and they talk to the players, they talk to coaches, they talk to everybody. And it's just a really cool way to kind of keep up with what Auburn's doing. They have a meet the staff section. This isn't just for football, but since this is a new staff, this is mostly football right here. But they sit down with every single coach and you can get to know every single coach. And I will tell you, they're interesting. There's a lot of insight there. It's not just plain Jane interviews either. Now, some of it is plain Jane, but some of it's not. They're asking them, what their views are for their position and stuff like that. So, I mean, just it gives you a nice little insight on who your coaches are, and it's just really cool to see. Here's and then it comes right here, and you can choose, which sport you want to go with. I'm going to get into that in just a second, but we'll go down here. But here's another section about Meet the Freshmen, which I think is really cool because they're just now getting here, so they give those boys some interviews too. There's Brian Williams Jr., all of them big names. I'm just kind of looking. There's Rise Brush. Oh, the Tootle brothers. They've been wanting to come here forever. They are through and through some DJ Durkin fools, man. They love DJ Durkin.
And they got Deshaun Spencer in an interview as well.
Yep. I'm just trying to see who else. There's Tavion Branch. And it goes on and on. Say what?
I said I can't wait to see Deshaun Spencer play.
And I'm going to do this when we get done. If y'all want to stay to the end, I will play this face-to-face with Byron Brown on this live right now, if y'all want me to. Put that in the chat if you want me to play face-to-face with Byron Brown, and y'all can get to know your quarterback. I will play that at the end of this tutorial of War Eagle Plus. Remembering Pat Dye, fantastic series. I have watched a good bit of it. I have not finished it, but man, that is some old school footage, man. It'll take you back. I promise you it'll take you back. That's some good stuff. And then All Access, you got baseball. All Access covers everything. It's all access to whatever they choose to give you all access to. But as you see, it's just, you can see me scrolling, right? Correct, Craig?
Yeah.
Okay, making sure. But it's just like, and it goes on forever. I mean, then these all access, like here's the Vanderbilt. You can go back and watch, DJ talk the Vanderbilt game when we did so well, and we had a good game anyway. So you have that, and then you have get into this National Signing Day. You have all the videos from that. I mean, everything. I mean, they go, it's your one-stop shop if you want to know who's on your damn football team. I mean, this is a really cool segment right here, the National Signing Day, because I'm telling you, everybody that we signed, interviews, information, all that stuff. I mean, it's absolutely nuts the stuff they put on here. And I'm gonna tell you at the end how much I pay for this. I mean, if you're an Auburn fan, and no, I don't have a link for you to post because I'm not being sponsored by them at all. I'm doing this from a fan. I'm just being, and I think that if you are a fan, that this is well worth the amount of money that they're asking for what you get. Now,
I need to
here's the
look
next,
into it.
huh?
That's what I need to look into it.
Dude, it's fantastic. I'll tell you in the end. The number might surprise you, but this next one right here, I'm sorry, I've probably watched it 27 times, but this, oh, one of my favorite documentaries, man. It, especially, I'm not, and it's not just Cam. Nick Fairley in this documentary is hilarious. I mean, he is absolutely hilarious. But this is of the 20 unspoken of the 2010 season. It tells you everything, all behind the scenes, everything about the season. They go game to game, all the way through to the end. They do the interviews, they do the locker rooms, they do everything. I mean, it's everything. That is one of the best put together documentaries of a football season that I've ever watched. I'm just, if y'all have seen it, you've seen it. If you haven't, you haven't. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Rooster? I had to come back see who's in the chat. Rooster's here. Welcome, Felix. I'm gonna continue with the tour in just 1 second. Joseph sent an email. Fantastic. It says I'm not sharing. Oh wow, I'm not sharing the screen. I am sharing the screen, aren't I?
There we go.
Oh my gosh, did y'all not see none of that?
I can see it now.
Okay. Well, this is fantastic. Maybe I need to start over. Do I need to start over in the chat? If I need to start over, please tell me. I'll go through it real quick because I didn't get. I'm only on the third little segment there. I apologize for that. I could have sworn I added it to the thing. Let's see here. Let's see what anybody says. If anybody in the chat says something here. All right. Anyway, just in case, I'll run through it real quick. I mean, just because I think I screwed up. So here's the opening page. It kind of tells you what's going on, like right now. Right now it's baseball. So here's all the baseball interviews. I mean, you got opening day, you got press conference. You know, here's the grit factor. As I told you, they got TV shows on here. So season 2, episode 3. Meet the staff. It goes on forever. I mean, you know, kind of already talked about that. Then here's where it says Auburn Sports on War Eagle. You know, all the stuff. You can just pick your sport going down the line. Here's the freshman. And like I said, at the end of this thing, if y'all stay to the end, I'm going to play this as long as y'all tell me in the chat y'all want to watch it. If y'all don't want to watch it, we won't watch it, but I'll watch it by my damn self. You know what I mean? All right. So this is one of my favorite tabs, National Signing Day. Literally all the players. It gives you all the highlights of all the players, defensive players, offensive players. Then here's meet the signees. They get interviews with a bunch of them. And then here's a bunch of Alex Golish stuff. So that's a really cool tab. I'm just running through those real quick. And I don't have to say anything about the documentary. I kind of just did. So best documentary I've ever seen for a school of an entire year. It's all the secrets, all the everything. So, you know, it's just fantastic. I mean, just fantastic. Then let's go on down here. Now we're kind of caught back up. Here's the flight. This is men's basketball and having to do with it. This is basically just another TV show. Is basically what it is. It's men and women's basketball, and it just gives you whatever information they want to. It's all behind the scenes. Well, some of it's behind the scenes, some of it's highlights, but when the highlights, they do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. That's basically what you're paying for. But yeah, it's just, you know, like the Grit was a TV show. This is a TV show. So like I said, they just kind of tell you what they want to tell you. It's all the ins and outs of everything. So that's, you know, that's that. Here's all the videos in order. Men's basketball there. Then you got the flight gymnastics. Like I said, they cover everything. We're going to get to that in just a minute. But Here's gymnastics. You got the flight baseball, all the baseball stuff. And then it goes on to the next page. Let me see here. Oh, that's still just baseball. All right. So you have that. Then you're going to get into Auburn Access. It's just more of the same, but it's called AU Access. You have the AU Access, then you have AU Mic'd Up. Um, you can just go through here and you'll see that all this access, they're just accessing something having to do with one of the sports that we do. And it just gives you the inside access. There's locker room stuff. I mean, all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, this is absolutely nuts how much stuff they give. Then you got War Eagle original films. There's Unspoken. I've already watched those. There's your the championship journey to Auburn's men's golf. So they did a documentary on the national title for the golf. They do. Here's another one that is you need to come watch like now. Bruce Pearl's documentary. I mean, and they are just going to continue coming out with more of these. I mean, I said it when I took my daughter years ago. This media staff, of course, we didn't have War Eagle Plus then, but the media staff at Auburn University is phenomenal. I don't know of another school that does this well. When you go to the game atmosphere, the media people that do that is fantastic. The media people that do this is fantastic. I don't know another school. I'm sure there's one out there, but that matches the quality of this. So I just think that that's, nuts. So then you got live streams because they do go live. You can War Eagle Plus live. You just have to see when they go live. It'll Thursdays at 6 p.m. official radio show Auburn Tigers Thursdays 6 p.m. Tiger Talk, all of it's live on here. They get you inside information, interviews, stuff like that. They got their podcast network. It's all access to you on Spotify, Apple, but here's all their podcast stuff. I mean, you got highlights, which everybody knows what highlights are, but hey, what the hey? Players highlights, basketball highlights. I mean, everything. Highlights for everything. Football, softball, baseball, soccer, everything. I mean, it's everything. Then the vault. Another really cool thing here. You got the vault, another TV show. Just Iron Bowl, all the Iron Bowls that, but it's just, take yourself in back and look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is so fantastic. That's like when I was a kid. That's fantastic. Anyway, but just kind of, I mean, take your pick, 100 years of Auburn. I mean, it just, what is that? 1971 Auburn versus Georgia. I also will tell you, War Eagle Plus is also an app. You can get the app. It's on Roku as well. You can get it on Roku, so that's actually pretty cool.
Well, that's good to know. I have Roku.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, you can get it on Roku. So that's pretty awesome. Then you got a press conferences. So all your press conferences, all the ones that we just die for them to post, they will be here first, and then they will post them somewhere else second. So if you get in here, like a press conference takes place, you can't watch it, but right after it, you could. They'll post it comes up immediately after it's over with. Like they will put it up in a very short period of time. And so that's also very awesome to have all the press conferences from all the different coaches. I mean, baseball, women's basketball, gymnastics. So, I mean, it's just a great put together platform. And then this week in Auburn, you have all your interviews this week, all the things that's going on. Must be a lot of stuff going on in tennis. You got gymnastics. Oh, this week in Auburn, there's Auburn Equestrian. We have a
pretty good gymnastics team.
Oh yeah, I mean we have pretty good everything team. To be honest, our equestrian can't be beat. I mean they've won. I mean our golf team is fantastic. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody in the chats here. Let's see. Big Sard, let's watch it. All right, Big Sard wants to watch it. I know everybody does. It's definitely worth it. Yep. Joseph Hammonds has it. Okay, cool. Do you think that it says, do you think that the NCAA will be successful in appeal to Trinidad? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. That's probably why Deuce won't go anywhere. But I mean, as of right now, he's playing, so that's all that really, uh, that's all that really matters. So anyway, but so we got this week Auburn men's golf, track and field, swim and dive, volleyball, soccer. I mean, really, you know what I mean? So let's see where we're at now. There we go. We got enough time. Let's go ahead and go back up here to home. So how many people we got in the live stream? 14. All right. Give me in the live stream, I need to get at least half of that. I need a thumbs up or a W. No, let's do a W. I need at least 7 W's in the chat, and I'll play the interview with Byron Brown. I just need 7 W's, and I'll play it. See if anybody in the chat is listening. Yep, he gave me 7 W's all by his damn self. That's literally what Aaron just did. He said, "There's 7 W's." All right, here we go. Let's see how many W's is that. 1, 2, 3. Well, Aaron, you can't do it twice, my guy. I'm probably gonna play it anyway, but I just want to get this chat doing a little bit. But Aaron, stop it, son. I mean, good Lord, we're both huge Auburn fans, and I get it. You are taking the gap for everybody else. You know what I mean? So anyway, I don't think there's 7 people there that care enough about watching Byron Brown, do they? I mean, they just don't care. Joseph, he's gonna do it twice. I love how y'all are doing this. Y'all trying to just play games. I love it. This is good. Anyway, all right. The guys that are in here, Joseph, Aaron's been here. I think Aaron's been here once before. I know Big Sarge has been here. Huh?
Sarge has been here a while.
Yeah, Sarge, and then Rooster.
Professor.
Rooster. There's a bunch of people. You know what? Screw it. You know. Oh, here's William giving a W. Here you go. All right. We're just going to play it. I want to watch it. I have not watched it yet, so we're going to watch it. Here we go. I don't know how long this is, so y'all just stick around. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it in its entirety. So I don't know how long it is. God, I hope it's not an hour, but we'll see.
Welcome into War Eagle Plus, along with QB1 Byron Brown. Minutes. I'm Jeff Shear. Byron, welcome to Auburn. You've had a few weeks now to settle in. Tell us what that process has looked like.
Man, the process has been great. You know, just getting in and working out with the guys, and then just learning everybody, just on and off the field has been truly amazing. And then not to mention the community. I've gone to a couple basketball games, and everyone has come up to me, welcome to Auburn, like very welcoming and like very excited to be here.
It's not a situation where you come in and you don't know anyone. You brought several USF teammates with you, including some guys you're blocking for you and some guys you're going to be throwing to. How much of a comfort level, how much does that help the transition, knowing that a lot of other of your teammates are your former teammates?
I think that helps the transition level tremendously, not just for the offense or anything like that, but for them inside their room, the guys that were already here at Auburn. You know, they have people in the room that have been in the system, been in the style of play. So just going in and, you know, them competing and learning and, you know, trying to be the best offense in the country at the end of the day, that's what we're striving for. And I think having those guys here will be great for this team.
Well, give us a scouting report on some of your guys you're going to be throwing to among the ones who were your teammates last year at USF. Some of your top targets. What can fans see from these guys?
Chaz Nimrod can, you know, go deep, got speed like crazy, great ball skills. Keyshawn, very physical, can go deep, great ball skills. Christian Neptune, short, agile, gets in and out of cuts, very twitchy, catches the ball. Koger, big target, he can go deep as well. And then, I mean, I've watched a little bit of tape on the guys here. Bryce Kane really sticks out to me. He's very fast, and I think he'll do really big things in this offense as well.
One thing that stood out to me in your first meeting with the Auburn beat reporters, you committed and signed to Auburn before Auburn really had a lot of offensive linemen because most of last year's O-line was either out of eligibility, going to the NFL a year early in Connor Lew's case. That tells me how much you trusted Coach Golish, offensive coordinator Gordon, and this staff, that the answer to who's going to be blocking for me, you didn't have that when you
Yes,
picked
sir.
Auburn.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Golish, he has never done me wrong. So I have full trust and faith in him. I knew that, if I were to come here and, get this thing going, some O-linemen will follow. And, I think that speaks to the recruiter he is, and then just what we got building here. And I mean, I'm excited for the whole country to see.
One reporter asked you, what's something that Auburn people should know about this offense? And I loved your answer. You said, we're going to score a lot of points. You kind of boiled it down, right? Can you dig a little bit deeper into what this offense looks like when it's rolling?
Man, you'll see us go pitch the ball out left, pitch the ball out right, we run down the middle, go deep, intermediate throws. Like we're gonna spread the ball out to the playmakers, let them make plays, and then we got great backs here that are gonna tote the rock, and it doesn't happen without the O-line. So we'll be rolling, we'll be going fast, scoring like 8-10 plays, and get off the field, maybe even less.
Last season, you had an epic, historic season, more than 3,000 passing yards, more than 1,000 rushing yards. You're part of a dozen D1 football players who have done that, and it's a who's who. Lamar Jackson, Johnny Football, Vince Young, Deshaun Watson. To join that exclusive fraternity, what did that mean to you?
Man, truly a blessing. I mean, but it doesn't happen without my teammates. Without them, that wouldn't have even been possible. And then, coaching staff, calling plays to get us in the right position to even put up stats like that is, just truly a blessing.
You graduated from South Florida in December. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And you said it was either come back here or go to Auburn. You weren't shopping around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you talk about that process?
That process was, thought long and hard about it. Change is always different, but sometimes needed, and I felt like it was needed. Be able to come to a university like of this prestige, and come here and play SEC football, and do it with a coach that has had my back since he's gotten there. That just the pros outweighed the cons. So talked to my family, talked it over with the Lord, and we felt like this was the best decision.
You were at South Florida before Coach Golish arrived, so that was your freshman season. You ended up redshirting. What was it like when he came in? Because I imagine he's going to try to implement the same system that worked with a dramatic turnaround in Tampa with the Bulls. What was it like when this new staff came in?
Man, it's like they brought a lot of energy to like being in the facility and like playing football. Like I felt like, no knock on the old staff that was there prior, because I'm truly grateful for them. They brought me there, but I just had this energy about them that really got everyone in that locker room riled up and ready to go practice and compete at a very high level.
Tell me about growing up. Was it middle school when you took to the javelin? Because that's not something that every young guy, I know you're an athlete, but that's kind of a niche thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Junior Olympics days from 8, 9 to all the way to like my 8th grade year, I was throwing the javelin. And I mean, it was something that I did because I played quarterback, and I felt like it could help with, throwing the football. And I mean, it kind of did something. So that's what that was for.
Your touchdown celebration, could you reenact it for us and tell us the origin of that?
Okay, celebration is like this, and then nice little bell. Actually, one of my former teammates, Jason Vaughn, he said, you should do that after a touchdown. So FAMU ended up scrambling, scored. I was like, no perfect time to do it. And now did it, and it went crazy. Had people sending it to me, people walking on campus doing it to me as I was walking. So kind of took off from there. And then he was like, now you got to do it every single time. So I've been doing it every single since.
You do it on passes as well as touchdowns you score, or is it only when you score?
Only when I like run it in, because that's when the camera's on you.
Sure.
But when I score, I always get a celly with a wide receiver and we'll go do a celebration in the end zone.
Well, if my math is right, I think you had a combined 42 celebrations last year with 14 rushing touchdowns and 28 passing touchdowns. When you look back and reflect on that season, what comes to mind?
Man, just a team that was very determined and very hungry. You know, we were blessed to go out and have every opportunity to play and win every single game. Fell short a couple of times, but that was a team that really loved each other and truly would do anything it took to win.
Indiana, as we record this, won the national championship a few days ago. When you look at what they were able to accomplish with a nucleus that started out at James Madison, you see any parallels with you're bringing a bunch of guys from South Florida to the SEC? Any comparison there or not?
I mean, I guess you can draw a little bit of comparison, but it's probably the same as it was there. Just a group of guys that believe in their coach that went somewhere else and is going to compete at a high level and do whatever it takes to win. And I think I can speak for everyone that came from the old spot. We're here to do big things and bring Auburn back to where it should be.
What will that process look like as we get into January now and into conditioning workouts and spring practice right around the corner? How will you seek to lead this program to get it to where you and Auburn people want it to go?
Building a brotherhood, have genuine love for the guy next to you and across from you. We're going to compete hard every day in practice. I mean, I know I'm going to bring the juice. X has told me he's going to bring the juice too, so we'll be going back and forth. But it's going to be a lot of love, brotherhood, and, one common goal at the end, which is a natty.
Another thing that you said in your first meeting with reporters that stood out to me, because not everybody nails it the first time, is you said, hey, your message to fans, pack out Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Yes,
How did you know that it was Jordan-Hare and not pronounced the way it is spelled?
So, like, when I got here, Coach Kingston, Coach Gordon, and Coach Golis, they both told me, they all told me it's Jordan, not Jordan. So don't mess it up. And Jordan-Hare Stadium.
Very, very good. Tell us a little bit about your family, and I know you have a brother playing college football this year as well.
I have my dad, my mom, they're both married, Andrew and Nicole, and then younger brother Davis. He's at FIU right now. He plays tight end, so he'll be a freshman. Got there early enrolled, and he texts me for advice every single day. So truly excited for him to embark on his college journey as mine's coming to an end. But that's what it is.
As you know better than anyone, it's a grind.
For sure.
You compete 12 Saturdays, but there's so much months, days, hours, and work that go into that. So what do you tell your brother when he asks you for advice?
Man, just put your head down and go to work. There's going to be some difficult days, but you can pick up the phone and call me. I always answer and give you the best advice that I can, because I'm not there with you, but I can definitely help lead you in the right direction if you give me some details. But just put your head down, go to work, and don't take any day for granted.
I'll give you the last word. Anything that you want the Auburn people to know about Byron Brown, about the Auburn football 2026 season, the floor is yours.
About me, I'm going to do whatever it takes to win. That's my goal at the end of the day, get this place back to where it should be. And then about this 2026, 2027 football season, it's going to be real special. So, like I said, pack out Jordan-Hare Stadium, and let's do this.
Welcome to Auburn.
Thank you so much.
Byron Brown, thank you for the visit. War Eagle.
War Eagle, let's do it.
And
Man, really humble guy.
yep, I don't even know how to even sum that up. I want to see a football game tomorrow. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, I want to be
I mean, oh my gosh. See, that was what I was just about to say. I mean, without saying too much, I'll just let y'all know that there's people from South Florida that have reached out to me, fans that are in the know, and they say this kid just eats football. He does not. I said it earlier in the podcast. He does not do anything but the correct thing in order to be a better football player. I mean, lifestyle, food choices, where he goes, doesn't party much. That's hard for me to believe in this era of youngsters, but they say he doesn't party. He doesn't do anything that's going to hinder him from being the best football player, because he says he's got huge aspirations to make it to the NFL and be awesome there. So when you hear that and then you see how confident he is, and I mean, just the size that he is, it's hard not to get excited. It truly is. Anything you want to say?
I'm just ready for a season start right now. I wish we could play Baylor today.
Yeah, absolutely. Atlanta is going to be wild when we play them. Before we before I invite anybody up here, if anybody wants to come talk or whatever and tell me anything they want to tell me or talk about whatever they want to talk about, we've had some good sessions here when fans come up here of Auburn to talk about Auburn. But I want to show this one last thing here. See if y'all have seen this. I gotta pull it
If
up.
anybody doesn't know, we did sign the number one linebacker, number one player in Alabama this week. I think it's Donovan. I can't try to pronounce his name, but he is the number one player in Alabama, so he is committed to Auburn starting next year. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. I totally forgot. You reminded me right as we came on, and I totally skipped right over it. So I apologize. And thank you, by the way. All right, let's see here.
And if anybody cares, Auburn's up 5-0 in the bottom of the third on Youngstown.
All right. Let's go. This is what I was wanting to show y'all. Hang on. Go there, go live stream. Then we're going to add the scene. Sorry, I have to talk myself through this. Then we'll go back over here, put this up here, go full screen with it, and
coaches ain't out there on game day. 11 dudes and the dudes on the sideline. Everybody's watching. Your teammates are watching. You want to build trust? You want to build respect? You want to build equity? Get in the front. Cheer for your teammates. Train the cock! Train!
I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but that's them training right now.
Gonna be a good season. I have a feeling.
Say what?
Gonna have a good feeling. We're gonna go.
Uh-oh. It moved us. Something happened with your connection and it moved us. Hang on. There you go.
There we go.
Anyway, so yeah, that's gonna be fun to watch. Anybody in the panel wants to come up here, they can. I will put the thing there. Just posted it in the chat. I will tag it to the top. We'll sit here for a couple minutes and see if anybody wants to come up. There you go. It's pinned to the top there. If no one wants to come up here, then that's absolutely fine. But that's kind of what this whole journey is about. We want people to come up here and talk Auburn and give their opinion on the stuff because, you know, it's Auburn University. There's really no wrong opinions, just us fans. And that's why I made this. That's why it says behind me what it say. From a fan's perspective, well, it's not just my perspective. I'm a fan and you're a fan. So your opinion matters as well. We've had some really good conversations with people coming up here talking about things. Hell, we learned about country singers that have been to Auburn. We've learned about all kinds of stuff. So Joseph Hammonds down here says, while we're waiting to see if anyone wants to come up here, says, call me crazy, but I think we got 9 wins in us. That's what he thinks. I think
I'm sticking at 10-2.
You're sticking at 10-2. Man, that is serious. Y'all are some serious. I mean, you put your check on that? I mean, you put a paycheck on that?
You know, like I said, I mean, if everything's looking good, you know, So I mean, I'm liking what I'm seeing in these workouts and practices, all that stuff, and then the spring game. So I mean, not going to show you much, but like I said, it's like I said, we've had a lot of promises. Let's see if we can do it.
Big Sarge says, who do you believe will be the top 4 wide receivers and running backs? Running backs, you're looking at Jeremiah Cobb, you're looking at Washington, you're looking at Davenport, and you're looking at Tay Meadows. That's who I think. I think Mabson and Henderson and
I think Henderson will beat out Tay Meadows for number 4. I don't know.
that's.
I'll
I mean,
get too much.
that's fine. You can put your opinion out there. I'm just saying my opinion is it's going to be Tay
I
Meadows.
love Alvin Henderson, so he's great.
Top 4 wide receivers, I think, are going to be Keyshawn Singleton, Koger, Sam Turner, and Nimrod. That's what I think. I don't know.
We're
if
a
I'm right.
loaded room, and that's just 4 of them.
Yeah, that's just a straight up guess, and see, so that's the question was asked. I put out what I thought, is what it is. And then it said Aaron Finney says the floor should be 8 wins. Well, that's what his contract says. It says that the floor is 8 wins because he doesn't get any bonuses or anything because he's on all this incentive based stuff he's doing for the players. He's on himself, so he doesn't get any bonuses until he gets to 9 wins anyway. So. Yeah, the floor is 8. And that's why I've always said I thought it would be 8 or 9. That has always been I'm fluctuating. If it's any more, great. If it's any less, I'm very disturbed. I don't understand how this team, with what they're doing, and I know the most important part is this offense and how easy it is for this offense to function. I mean, this offense is built around being easy reads, easy, quick reads. It only causes a problem for the defense. So, Big Sarge says he thinks it's Bryce Kane over Sam Turner, and that's very possible. I'm not even going to have a push.
Let's not even talk about the tight end room. That's a little loaded.
Don't even get me to guess about the tight end room. I know. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, I know Jack Johnson is going to be one of the main ones because he's a senior. Yeah, Jake. I mean, I think it's going to be. What I say, Jack? Holy crap! Anyway, but it's he's going to be one of the main ones, and that's my guy. That's Brad Johnson's son. That's embarrassing. Much as I've talked about Brad Johnson, I said, how do you feel like the team is receiving Golish? I think we're seeing
loving him right now.
I'm going to say something very weird about that question. I'll put it back up there. I'm going to say something very weird. And it might sound a little arrogant. I don't know, but I'm just going to go after it. I don't think after you're here, I don't think Golish gives you a choice to accept him or not. I don't think he gives one shit whether you like him or not. You either going to come here and play football and play it well, or you're out. And that's how he does it. I mean, this whole thing that y'all see in front of a camera is a facade. It's not real. Like, he's really good in front of a camera, but I'm telling you, from the people that are telling me, he is a dog out there as a coach. So, like, it's not really even time to accept him and like him. It's just like, this dude is so serious about football. I want to be here, and I want whatever the hell he has doing, I want to do that. And I think that's where we're at right now, because they say that on the practice field and everywhere, it oozes out of his skin how bad he wants to win. So I think that's the answer to that question. Aaron Finney says, I believe the kids that left wouldn't make it in this team. I believe a lot of them would not, sir.
No.
I totally agree with you.
They won't.
There's some that would now. There's some that left that would. But for the most part, you're probably right. It's really funny, but when he came in and I was told all these things about Golish, it doesn't surprise me that people like Xavier Adkins and Jeremiah Cobb and Sam Turner. I mean, it does not surprise me that these guys stayed. I mean, it's like, oh, this is going to be harder than you've ever had before. And they're like, that's cool. That doesn't bother me none. So yeah, that's kind of amazing. I said, I think we start 4-0, then the middle 4 is where we get tricky. But I think if we lose 2 or 3, we'll be in there. And I think that we'll win the last 4 games, so either 9 or 10 wins. Okay, well, that's fair. Uh, I'm more excited because I was so, as a fan, for some unknown reason, you know how we get drawn into something. I was so in tune with whether we were going to get um wow, I'm blanking on his name now. The coach at Florida. Someone help me out here. What's his name? I'm
Which
Tulane's
one?
coach, the one that went to Florida.
Oh, Summerall.
Yeah, Summerall. Wow, I blanked on Summerall, but I was so in tune whether we're going to get him or not because I didn't want him as a head coach. I mean, I was looking
Me neither.
everywhere I could, and then all this came up, and then Golish came. I mean, all that night before thing was very intriguing to me, and to wake up and have Golish as the coach, and to know we play Florida week 3. That's yeah. Thank you, Joseph. I'm a moron. Thanks. No problem. But I'm so into that Florida game. First SEC game. As I've said before, my theory on what possibly happened that night, I still am wanting to find out from somebody. Someone has to tell me exactly what happened because I think that the media narrative and the media story was a bunch of BS. That's what I think. And I do have another story that goes along with it, but I don't know. I would love to know. I think all that stuff behind the scenes that they don't want the fans to see is kind of intriguing. It really is. And then he says, "I hope we beat the alligator piss out of Summerall." Oh, that would be
I
great.
can't stand Summerall, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, it didn't make it. The reason I didn't want him and is because back then, you understand. I understood. We didn't know who we were going to get, and it just didn't make any sense at the time. We all wanted Durkin to be Durkin on the defensive coordinator. I never want. I was okay with him being the head coach. I would have accepted it, but I wanted at least him to stay as defense. And when you bring in a defensive guy like that, it really scared me. And I also heard that was, kind of what was going to happen. He was not going to want Durkin. Yep. Joseph Hammond said, "I heard he got mad the information got leaked." The media narrative, the one that heard that the information got leaked was Golish. Golish was supposed to go to Arkansas, but Arkansas leaked it to the media,
So we're a
and
bunch
he
of
got
idiots.
ticked off. He got mad as hell about it and told his guys, "We're not going to Arkansas." Anyway, then the Summerall deal, they say that somewhere late in the talks that someone on the Summerall camp told Summerall that they had found out or they knew that Auburn was going to be Auburn and they weren't going to give him control over the football team. They're basically going to tell him what to do. And so he supposedly pulled out and went to Florida. That was the media narrative. That was, the narrative I didn't believe. So then you get to talking to some people in some back channels, and then there was a version of it that I heard that I thought was very intriguing because I know of all the dirty stuff that goes on behind closed doors and behind, in the trade scene and in the, all that stuff and the coaching stuff. Who the SEC will let come in. They don't say that they'll let them come in. It's all back channel stuff. But for the story I heard was they both have the same agent. So Summerall and Golish have the same agent. And
That's wild to me.
yeah, and Florida didn't want Golish. And Summerall was
Good.
coming to Auburn. Like it was already like hour number 9, and it was pretty close to a done deal. And Auburn and Summerall were seriously talking and about to sign something. And Golish had nowhere to go, and Florida had no coach. And basically, the agent came up with a swap deal. They said, basically, Summerall, Florida, will you take Summerall? And they're like, yeah, that's who we want. So, okay, well, Summerall, you go here. And they said, Auburn, will you take Golish? And he basically got 2 guys in under his wing sat, and everybody was happy. I don't know how true that is. If that's the way it is, and it turns out that Golish was one of the best hires in that whole cycle, that would be hilarious how that all worked out. I don't know how true that is. I'm just telling you what I heard. So I just think that would be absolutely crazy if that was how it all worked out, because it just brings back the whole memories of Rich Rod and Nick Saban. I mean, I thought that was, just to be so sold on one coach, and Rich Rod was coming, and then he backed out, and then they just said, "Oh, I guess we'll take Saban," and then Saban became, he was already a national championship winning coach, but like, nobody ever knew he was going to be what he became. Says Summerall's wife is Auburn alum, so he was coming to Auburn, but I think we got better hired in the end. Absolutely, yeah, and I knew that about his wife as well. But if you, I don't know, and this might be the Auburn homer in me, but if you go watch the press conference with Summerall, it looks like parts of it look so fake, like he's just trying to fake wanting to be there. It's a great program. I mean, it really is. He needs to. I mean, someone needs to turn that thing around because they're really doing like Tim Tebow and stuff like that dirty. Because they got to turn that program around. But anyway, I guess no one wants to come
Tim
up.
Tebow's a staple over at Florida. I don't know why you'd want to do him dirty. He hadn't done anything wrong.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like the legacy. I mean, like it's kind of like our 5 years. If we keep going when the 5 years we got going, if we keep going with this, like we're doing all these past superstars just dirty by not coming up with an answer for something. This has been the longest stretch we've ever been in without having a good season. So that needs to stop. So anyway, you have any final words before I get off of here?
War damn Eagle.
War damn Eagle. All right. That'll work. I appreciate you coming up here. You come up here every week, and appreciate you doing that. So if anybody else would do me a huge favor, anybody listening to me, anybody in the chat, do me a huge favor. Go to my YouTube page and follow me. Subscribe there. Make sure you hit the bell so you can get anything that I upload. It'll notify you. Also go to TikTok. It's the same exact thing. It's Auburn Sports Forum on TikTok. You can go follow Man Behind the Mic. He's a huge Auburn fan. He does other stuff as well over there. I think he does some WWE stuff as well. And is there anything you want to talk about your channel for a second? Do you want to anything you do?
Sadly, I have taken a break from TikTok. I have deleted the app.
Did you really?
Taking a break right now. So
I didn't know that.
Right now, I'm just taking a break from it. I deleted it, but didn't delete my account. But I'm still follow me, but because I will get on back on eventually. I'm just trying to get back my mental state right now because TikTok is a lot.
Yeah,
So.
I got you. Okay. All right. Well, when Hickory comes back, y'all can give him a follow because he's really an awesome Auburn fan, and he comes here just because we met on TikTok, and he comes here just because he wants to. So I appreciate him, and I appreciate him coming up here and talking about Auburn, and that's just awesome that he does that. Now, hopefully, we can get some more of y'all up here. One of these days, this channel is going to be bigger, and y'all going to be dying to come up here because we're going to have all kind of people up here. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for anyway. So, but I guess go follow me on TikTok. I put up dumb stuff, funny stuff, serious stuff. I mean, you just never know what I'm going to put up. But I appreciate y'all coming in. And don't forget to come back. We're here every single Saturday night, 6 p.m. right here on YouTube. Also, my email down here, aufanatics.podcast@gmail.com. Send your name. Say, enter me into the contest. Next week, I will be doing drawings. I guess I'll do like the top 5 people that win. We'll put you all in a big thing. We'll do it all live, and then I'll send you a goodie bag with my new sticker, got a poker chip, we got football cards, baseball cards, we got all kinds of Auburn stuff. I'm trying to find them because I know they're in my storage unit. I've got all kinds of new stuff from. I used to own a store, and I had a bunch of Auburn stuff. I guess some Alabama stuff if y'all want that. I don't know if y'all want that or not, but that's just from my store, and I'm going to be going to find that stuff, and I'm literally just going to give it away on here. I mean, I'm just going to start giving stuff away. That's why I'm trying to get people to interact and do that kind of stuff. So, yeah, Aaron, just, whenever you don't have the kids, you can come up here. I totally understand. So, but yeah, just send that to aufanatics.podcast@gmail.com, your name, and that I want to be in the contest, and I will put you in the contest next week. So I guess from me and Man Behind the Mic, and see you next week. War Eagle.
War Eagle.